It's been 3 long months since 6-year-old Lily and her 4-year-old brother Jack Sullivan simply vanished from their Lansdowne station home, and the silence has been as heavy as the forest that swallowed them. From the moment their laughter drifted away on the morning breeze to the time search teams packed up after combing every foot of that rugged land, their absence has left a wound in this tight-knit Nova Scotia community and a burning question in all our minds. Where are Lily and Jack? If you're committed to seeing this story through, please subscribe now and tap the bell so you're first in line when any new detail emerges. 3 months without a breakthrough is not a signal to forget. It's a call to keep pressing, to keep watching, and to keep sharing. Despite the passage of 90 days since that day in early May, the RCMP reports no new information to release. They respectfully declined to sit down with CTV News on Friday, and email questions about the case went unanswered. In lieu of fresh updates, they pointed back to their July 16th news release. 5,000 video files under review, more than 600 public tips being assessed, and at least 60 formal interviews conducted, some including polygraph tests. Judges have approved orders to seize and examine materials and devices believed to hold potentially vital clues. Public safety analyst Chris Lewis, a former commissioner of the Ontario Provincial Police, reads between the lines. When police submit judicial authorizations like that, it tells me they suspect a crime was involved, he said. They must have some grounds to believe that it's a crime, other than just the fact that they've never been able to find them any other way. Lily and Jack's mother and stepfather have maintained they last saw Lily playing inside the home, while Jack's voice echoed in the yard. The official line remains that the siblings may have wandered into the woods, but no trace of them surfaced. Days of heavy rain and fog, dense underbrush thick with the aftermath of post-tropical storm Fiona, and a vast area of nearly 6 square kilometers challenged ground teams and bloodhounds alike. Their family members confirmed the children were with relatives on the afternoon of May 1st, but the hours between that day and the next morning remain a void. Lewis reminds us, a police service never gives up on a case like this. It may get a little colder, with no new leads or nothing more to follow up. But over time, you take another look at it. You balance it all out in terms of the latest technology in forensics, and you get fresh eyes looking at it. That's never going to end. On July 16th, Corporal Carly McCann sat behind a video feed to deliver the only substantive detail publicly disclosed in months: the pink blanket. Seized the very day Lily and Jack were reported missing. The blanket was found near their home and confirmed by the family to belong to Lily. Police are investigating if and how it relates to her and her brother's disappearance, Corporal McCann said, declining to elaborate when pressed on what police believed happened. We're investigating every aspect of this, she told reporters. We're receiving a number of tips from the public, and we're following up on all of those tips. That pink blanket has come to symbolize both hope and frustration, a fragment of a life frozen in time, yet offering no clear direction. While labs examine it for fibers, prints, and trace DNA, everyone wonders, was it dropped in panic, planted to mislead, or simply overlooked for weeks in the brush? Whatever the tests reveal, they won't undo the passing of 3 months. In those weeks since, the community has kept the flame alive. Candlelight vigils under the North Star have drawn neighbors who once shared only polite greetings over white picket fences. High schoolers from nearby schools spearheaded online campaigns under the hashtag #BringLilyandJackHome, reminding distant friends and family that the search continues. Churches rang bells at dawn, launching silent prayers on the wind. Local artists donated paintings of the twins' smiling faces, raising funds to cover drone fuel, search maps, and volunteer gear. Yet, despite this unwavering solidarity, the physical evidence remains scant. Behind the scenes, the RCMP's detailed work plods on. Digital forensics teams combed through hours of doorbell, dashboard, and store security footage, using motion detection software to flag any possible sighting of the children or an unknown adult. Analysts cross-reference timestamps with cell tower pings and vehicle track data in an effort to reconstruct every second. Judicially authorized searches of mobile phones, laptops, and storage devices aim to unlock encrypted messages or deleted files that might hint at what happened before dawn on May 2nd. Sources tell us that polygraph exams were administered to family members and close associates in mid-June, though the RCMP won't disclose the results. In these high-stakes examinations, minute changes in breathing, heartbeat, and perspiration can reveal concealed knowledge, but they are not infallible, and findings alone don't hold up in court. What they do provide, Lewis explains, is another layer of investigative direction. If a polygraph test is passed, investigators will rule out that person as suspect and focus elsewhere. But if there are anomalies, it signals where to dig deeper. Beyond the forensic labs, environmental experts study the land itself. They look at wind pattern data to estimate how far a child's screams might carry, and they overlay floodplain maps to identify areas where a small body could be concealed underwater. Wildlife biologists weigh in on how foxes or coyotes might have moved with a small child in tow. With every discipline added, the puzzle gains new pieces, but no single piece has yet clicked into place. If you've ever hiked those woods, driven along Gerlock Road, or parked near the turnoff to Blue Mountain, think back to the first week of May. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? A car parked in a strange spot at dawn? A child's voice carried on the wind? A pink or blue piece of fabric caught in the underbrush? If so, please call the RCMP Major Crime Unit at 90. Still, patience is easier when you can see progress. 3 months is a sobering milestone, yet it also marks a point when new technology can breathe life into old leads. Advances in low-light video enhancement, for instance, could clarify those 5,000 files, revealing details once invisible. Artificial intelligence-driven pattern analysis could cross-match footprints to commercial boot-shred databases. Even satellite imagery, archived by private firms, could be re-examined for anomalies in ground temperatures or disturbed vegetation. At the same time, community science efforts add fresh data points. Amateur radio enthusiasts have volunteered to scan CB and amateur frequencies for recordings that early search and rescue teams missed. Ghost town explorers, seasoned in mapping abandoned locales, have volunteered to check old lumber camps and defunct rail maintenance yards for clues. None of these standalone efforts guarantees a breakthrough, but together, they form a tapestry of collective vigilance. Through every twist and turn, one reality stands firm. The RCMP has not given up, and neither has the community. As winter approaches and snow begins to blanket the forest floor, every rustle of wind and every animal track demands attention. Footprints once hidden beneath layers of moss will stand out clearly. Scent dogs, trained for cold weather tracking, could trace an almost 2-month-old path if it remains unobstructed. Lily and Jack's family stands at the center of this storm of activity and emotion. They have shown remarkable courage in their public appeals. Daniel and Malia often choked up in televised updates, reading messages of support from around the world. Their voices, wavering yet firm, reflect a simple truth. Their children are still out there, and nothing will deter them from bringing them home. So we keep looking. We keep sharing. We keep calling for tips. And if you've subscribed to this channel, you'll be right alongside us when the next development breaks. Because that is how this case will end. Not with a single heroic discovery, but with a chorus of efforts, big and small, converging to light the way back for 2 lost children. Every moment counts, every memory matters, and the story of Lily and Jack Sullivan is far from over. Until we hear their footsteps again, we will keep asking and keep listening.